All right, let's get right into it. Think about a construction site. Every single day, it's a high-wire act, right? Especially when you factor in the weather. Managers are making these huge calls based on forecasts that are, let's be honest, just a general guess for a huge region. But what happens when that guess is just flat out wrong?
And that right there is the heart of the problem. A job site isn't some open field. It's its own little microclimate, you know? You've got asphalt and steel baking in the sun, heavy machinery pumping out heat. That difference, that gap between the TV forecast and what your crew is actually feeling, that's the danger zone. That's where people get hurt, projects get delayed, and you run into massive compliance headaches.
So that really brings us to the big question, doesn't it? How do you close that gap? What if you could stop guessing? Imagine having an expert, an analyst, on every single one of your sites, 24/7, who sees exactly what your team is up against and can even see what's coming around the corner.
Well, the answer, it turns out, is a new kind of technology. We're talking about a platform that's basically that constant, vigilant safety expert for you, one that literally never sleeps and keeps an eye on everything.
So let's be super clear about what this is. We're talking about an AI heat and freeze safety monitor. And listen, this is not just another weather app on your phone. It's an active system. It grabs live, real-time data from your specific site, chews on it, and then turns that analysis into predictions and actual automated actions that protect your crew.
Okay, so let's pull back the curtain and see how this actually works. The second you log in, you're looking at your command center. It's designed from the ground up to help you see and manage risk across your entire operation all in one place.
And it really breaks down into two main levels. On one hand, you've got the multi-site view. That's your 30,000-foot big picture overview of every single project you've got running. Then, with a click, you can dive deep into the single site view for that super detailed, boots-on-the-ground data. Let's start with the big picture.
Imagine this. Instead of juggling phone calls trying to get updates, you just look at your screen. Instantly, you see it. The east side quarry is glowing red. That's an extreme heat alert. Meanwhile, the northern petrofield is deep blue, facing a serious wind chill. In seconds, literally seconds, you know exactly where the problems are and where your attention needs to go.
All right, so that's the top-level view. But now, let's zoom in on a single site, because this is where the system stops just telling you what's happening right now and starts showing you what the AI predicts is going to happen next. This is where the magic happens. So how does it pull this off? It's a pretty brilliant three-step process. First, the AI is constantly analyzing live data from sensors right there on your job site. Second, it compares that real-world data with the broader regional forecast. And third, it mashes those two data streams together to create a hyper-accurate prediction just for that specific site, looking out over the next 6 hours.
And look at the kind of insight you get. This is what's so powerful. The AI doesn't just say, hey, it's going to get hot. No, it tells you when it's going to hit the danger level, around 2 p.m., and crucially, why. In this case, it's because of a combination of low wind and high radiant heat. That is intelligence you can actually use. And that is the game changer. This kind of predictive power completely flips the script on safety. You're not scrambling to react to a crisis anymore. You're proactively getting ahead of a dangerous situation hours before it even starts. So you get that prediction. What do you do with it? Well, the system actually helps you generate personalized work schedules. Just look at this example. For that new guy doing heavy labor, the AI says, hey, put him on a 30-minute work, 30-minute rest cycle. But for the worker who's been on site for a while and is doing lighter work, a 50-minute work, 10-minute rest cycle is okay. We're moving way beyond one-size-fits-all rules into truly precise individual protection. And this is absolutely key. Every single one of these preventative actions, every schedule change, every toolbox talk, every cooling station you set up is automatically time-stamped and logged. This creates a living, breathing, ironclad digital paper trail for your OSHA compliance. It's all right there. But look, let's be real. Even with the best plans in the world, emergencies can still happen. And when they do, every single second counts. And this is where the platform's most critical feature kicks in, its automated safety net. So let's just walk through a scary scenario. Imagine you're using wearable sensors. The system is always monitoring your crew's vitals. Suddenly, a worker's core body temp spikes into the red zone. A supervisor might be busy. They might not notice for minutes. The system? It doesn't wait. Just look at this timeline. The response is immediate. At the exact moment the threshold is crossed, 0 seconds, an incident is logged and a site-wide alert blares. 1 second later, the supervisor's phone is blowing up with a high-priority text. And here's the kicker.
If they don't acknowledge that alert within 60 seconds, the system automatically escalates and calls emergency services. It completely takes human delay out of the equation.
This is what's called a closed-loop system. And what that really means is it's a guarantee. It's designed to make absolutely sure that a response happens, that it's fast, and that it's documented. Every single time, no exceptions. Even if everyone is stretched thin, it ensures nothing and no one falls through the cracks.
So when you put all these pieces together, the command center, the predictive AI, that automated safety net, what's the end result? It's a completely different way of thinking about and managing environmental risk on your sites.
So why does all this matter? Well, first and foremost, it protects your most valuable asset, your people. It helps you transform your entire safety culture from putting out fires to preventing them from ever starting. It also makes OSHA compliance so much easier with that automatic digital trail. And, of course, by preventing these incidents, you prevent costly work stoppages, which boosts your overall efficiency.
And I think this quote just says it all, really. You're graduating from a simple tool that gives you data to a comprehensive platform that helps you manage risk, protect your people, and secure your projects.
Which leaves us with one final big question to think about. In a world where we now have AI that can practically see the future and automate life-saving actions, is simply reacting to disasters after they happen still good enough? That's a question I think everyone in this industry is going to have to answer very, very soon.